You're listening to Greater Good Radio Hawaii. Please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. Today's guest is JOAN Bennett, President and CEO of Bennett Group Strategic Communications. JOAN serves on the board of the Boys and Girls Club of Hawaii and on the board of Hawaii's 3 R's, Repair, Restore, and Rebuild Hawaii's Schools. Before break, JOAN, we were talking a little bit about how you were impacted by your first meeting with this person in Hawaii and how you were going to give back to the community. What was the first thing that you decided to do? Because a lot of people want to give back, but they don't know what step to take to get involved. What did you do and how did you go about it?
I guess being in the public relations agency, it makes it easy in some ways because everybody needs free PR. So right away, we were approached by all kinds of nonprofit organizations who wanted help, and we've tried to be very generous. One of the things we have done with our firm is we've tried to more formalize our community giving, and the thing we started last year was we pick one nonprofit organization that we think is really contributing to Hawaii, and we give them free public relations for a year. Last year we worked with the Domestic Violence Clearinghouse, which was a great experience. We learned a lot. And this year, you know who our recipient is. So, and then everybody gives back individually too. I'm on the board of the Boys and Girls Club and give back in other ways. And I must tell you, one of the ways that I think Greater Good Radio is changing the business dynamics here in Hawaii is people are starting to talk about this more and more. It's caused us to think about how good of a job we do. You know, public relations firms tend to do the worst PR for themselves. And although we've always given back to the community, we've never really talked about it. So one of the things we're doing as a firm for the first time is we're putting our community giving on our website. We're working on it right now. Because I think our clients will want to know not only, you know, how do we do what we do, but how do we give back? So I think that's something that you two should take credit for.
I think that a good thing with that also is that when you show the ways that you're giving back, and as long as it's not so much like, look at me type of thing, but it's more like, look, this is how we can integrate it properly. Other people can take your example and then apply it to their own businesses, which is what we're seeing happen with a lot of people that have come on this show.
Great point.
So I think that's a good thing to do.
Do you notice that, I guess, getting involved or, you know, integrating it into your business plan, was it hard for you? And would you encourage other people to do this, to take a step or stop where they are and, you know, maybe refocus their business plan so that they can impact the community together by integrating, strategic plans?
Yeah, it's a good question. Here's a story. You know, I suppose one of the things as a Haole girl from the mainland that I've learned about Hawaii is truly deeply how this place works. And I'm reminded of it all the time that, again, there is this network of people that give and receive, and you want to be a part of that. And just recently, there's a prominent local family who will go unnamed who started a new endeavor, and they were asking for a lot of free PR advice. And I finally mentioned to Dick, I said, what's up with this? I mean, they could afford to pay our fees. And he said, oh, but you got to remember, they feel comfortable asking because they consider you family. But you got to remember, if you ever need anything from them, you just ask one phone call, and they will lay the world at your feet. And that is what I finally got about Hawaii. That is how this place works. It's truly still, you give and you give back so much. And I think it is key to incorporate into how you do your business. It's understanding the culture and what makes this place tick. So anybody starting out in business, think about that, understand the marketplace in which you're operating, and incorporate those values right from the get-go. I think you'll get there on the business objective side faster, and from a personal satisfaction side as well.
Where do you see Bennett Group Communications and then as well as yourself in the whole scope of being able to give back in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years?
Oh, gosh. Well, it's going to continue to be an important part of our company. I think that this model that we've hit on has worked well, picking one nonprofit organization and working with them for a year. I think that has been very satisfying for the staff. We learn a lot. We have a lot of fun, as opposed to working with a lot of, you know, individual nonprofits. So I honestly don't know where it's going to lead ultimately, although I can tell you that it's an important value of our company. And every day it gets reinforced for me that it's as important that we do on the giving side as what we do on the for-profit side, if you will.
Thanks for joining us today on Greater Good Radio. For more information or a transcript of today's show, please visit us online at greatergoodradio.com. This is your host, Evan Leong and Carrie Leong, saying please join us next time for another episode of Greater Good Radio Hawaii.